Hello everyone, welcome back. Um, well, I hope everybody is okay and that you are not affected by the pandemic. Okay, let's continue with our last class. We we finished Unit 9B about devices and phones and technology. And the last thing we didn't do was this writing exercise here. And I commented that I would explain it in the next session. And this is what we are going to begin with. So this is something that you will have to hand in on Moodle, right? So you will see that on Moodle, let me find it, just a second. So you will see there is here a section called Treball per Lliure, where it says writing an article, advantages and disadvantages. Okay, this is what we're going to write. We're going to write an article which will include the advantages about something and the disadvantages. And this is a very typical type of writing in the exam, where you have to write an article, a blog entry, or any other type of text, but where you have to give your opinion. When you give your opinion about something, it's good to contemplate both advantages and disadvantages. Anyway, when you click here, you will get you won't get this, you will get a window, and what you have to do is just type here inside this window, right? And then you will have to save the changes. Let me go back. Right, so this is the first thing that I wanted to say. Let me show you how the book explains this. Writing section, I think in your book it's on page 195. Here it shows you how to produce a very good and simple article of advantages and disadvantages, an opinion article. So for example, in this case, this is just an example. It's an article on Wikipedia. Let's do something. Let's read it first of all. Let's read the article, pause the video and read it. And now here it says copy the text and answer the questions from memory. So let's answer these questions. If possible, do it from memory. So what are the 3 advantages of Wikipedia according to the text? What are the 2 disadvantages? And also, in general, is the writer for, let's say, in favor or against Wikipedia? Okay, the advantages is that Wikipedia has information about more or less everything, and the information is really easy to find. It gives a good basic introduction to a topic. It gives links and references to other sources. The disadvantages are, for example, that the information is sometimes inaccurate. Anybody can write on Wikipedia, so you can have experts writing about a topic, but you can also have amateurs writing about something. So the information can sometimes be inaccurate, and you don't know who's written the articles. And if you have a look at the article, you will see that the writer is, generally speaking, in favor of Wikipedia. Well, here you have the first paragraph where the topic is presented. You have a second paragraph with the advantages of Wikipedia, and you will see that it is very well organized. So here we have the first advantage, right? Then the second advantage is introduced with the word secondly, followed by a comma. And then the third advantage is introduced with the word thirdly. So first, secondly, thirdly. Sorry, I'm going to silence my phone. So the 3 advantages are presented. Then next paragraph, here we have the disadvantages, and there are 2 main disadvantages which are introduced with, for example, okay, and then also. And to wrap it up, to finish it, you have a conclusion paragraph where you can give your final opinion about the topic. So as I said before, this is a very well organized text, and I recommend you try to imitate it in your writings. There are some mistakes here, so have a look at them. It's the words that are underlined in red. So pause the video and think of what the mistakes are here, and we'll correct it in a minute. Okay, let's see. Right, these are the errors corrected. Okay, some of them are spelling errors, double L, and so on. And here we have this useful expression to introduce contrast. On the other hand, so it's used to, we're talking about the advantages, so we introduce contrast because we're going to talk about disadvantages. So we use this expression, which right, and I leave this for later, this exercise. See, let's have a look at this. Here we have some language. What I said before, right? For listing advantages, we have first, firstly, secondly, and thirdly. And then for listing disadvantages, as I said, also the expression on the other hand. For example, on the other hand, there are also some disadvantages. And then to introduce examples, for instance, or for example, which is the same. Also, all right, and to conclude, to give your final opinion, you can use in conclusion, to sum up, I think, blah, blah, blah. So, as you see, this is a very structured text, and here what you can do is follow this structure, right? So here you're going to write a similar article, but it's going to be about smartphones. Okay, so you can use this this chart here to help you write the text. Think of 3 advantages and 3 disadvantages of smartphones, and write the text. Here they give you the introduction paragraph. Okay, I encourage you to use the same paragraph. So just concentrate on advantages, disadvantages, and conclusion. Use this first paragraph if you want. And then in paragraph 2, introduce 2 or 3 advantages. In paragraph 3, 2 or 3 disadvantages. And in paragraph 4, give your conclusion and say if you think smartphones are essential for modern life or not. So give your opinion. And finally, before you hand it in, check your article for mistakes. Make sure that what you have handed in is correct. Okay, so that as regards the writing. Then with this we finish Unit 9b. And we start a different topic, and if you go to Moodle to today's class, you will see that it begins with this YouTube video, very short one, just 3 minutes. So watch it. It's a trailer from a series from Modern Family. I don't know if you've seen it. So watch it and then we comment it.
The Family is one of nature's masterpieces.
Come on, Coach. You gotta take the kid out.
You wanna take him out?
Okay, we're not going to watch it now. You do it. You can pause this and watch it. I don't know if you've seen this series, but this series is about 3 families that are very different and that are related to each other. So it presents us with a different type of family, and we have the traditional family, we have the modern family, or family with 2 same-sex members, and we have another family with parents of different ages, senior father and quite young mother. Okay, and actually we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about families, And let me tell you about my family. Let's have a quick revision of vocabulary. So these are my parents, and they are both dead, unfortunately. My father had a previous wife from a previous marriage. So I have a stepmother, but I don't know her name because it's a part of the family that I don't know very well. I know I have a half-sister whose name is Mercedes. This is me. So I have a half-sister. I have two other siblings, my sister Rosa and my brother Juan, and they are both married and they've had children, right? Here are my nieces Sara and Susana, and I have a nephew and two nieces from my sister. My brother's daughters, my nieces Sara and Susana, they both have children who are my grand nieces and nephews. Ferran is my grandnephew and Arlette is my grandniece. Okay, here is also my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, who is not alive, unfortunately. And well, this is my immediate family. So in the class we also draw a family tree and you explain your family to your partners. We're not going to do it now, but we're going to continue talking about family. And here in the book, in Unit 1B, which is about modern families, and let me show you. So we're going to talk about the vocabulary we're going to use is related to family and also adjectives of personality. Pronunciation, we won't see it today, we will see it in a future class. And then grammar will be future forms, present continuous, be going to, and will or won't. But we will see this in the next class. So basically we concentrated on the new vocabulary on families. Let's see if you can guess the difference between these words, right? So pause the video and think what the difference is between a father and a parent, a mother and a stepmother, and so on. I will show you right now. So pause the video and think about that. Okay. So this is the difference between these words, right? Of course, if you want to take more time to read, you can pause the video and read it. Okay. Perfect. Then, once this vocabulary is commented, read this text, and as you can see, there are some gaps in the text. The gaps are for these figures here in exercise B. So read the text and let's see if you can fill in the gaps with the correct figure. Okay, so you can pause the video and do it. And now let's check by listening to the text.
1.14
The modern family. Family life is changing all over the world. And it's not just the structure of the family, but also its habits. A recent survey of British family life showed some surprising statistics.
Family structure. 60% of families have married parents. 22% are single-parent families. Only 14% of the single parents are men. 45% of families have one child, 40% have two, and 15% have three or more. 11% of families have stepchildren. On average, women get married at 30 and men at 32.
Family habits. 20% of families only eat together once or twice a week, and 10% never eat at the same time. They visit friends or extended family twice a month. 17% of people have family members who they never speak to or contact. 75% of people are happiest with their families and 17% with their friends. The average family has 2 rows each day, and the most common cause is children or teenagers refusing to put down their phones or tablets.
Okay, so did you guess the figures? Right, was there anything that surprised you? Anything that is very different from families here in Catalonia? Okay, and there was a fact that surprised me, which is this one, where the one that says that 70% of people are happiest with their families and 17% with their friends. I thought this percentage, the last percentage, was bigger. So this surprised me, but I don't know. What about you? Okay, now let's go to this section and have a look at the questions here, right? And tell us about your family. Tell the rest of the class about your family. You can use one of these questions, or you can just improvise and say whatever you want about your family. To do this, I have posted here a link. If you go to today's class, sorry, here it is. Below the video, the YouTube video, you will have this link to Padlet. So if you click it, it will take you to this, I don't know if you are familiar with Padlet, but it's like a board when you can post photographs, or you can post audios or videos. Here, for example, I have posted an audio. So I don't have a very big family. I remember when I was a child that for example, this is an audio, but when you are, if you click here in the plus sign, you get to you get a new entry that you can edit. For example, you can insert a photograph, or as I said before, you can record your voice. Also, you can add a location. You can do a lot of things. Try this tool and tell us about your family. Please write your name so that we see who's writing, because otherwise it doesn't tell the author of the contribution. So, for example, you can write George's family, or I will not assess this exercise. It's simply to communicate with the rest of the class. So don't worry, there is no mark or anything. Just but anyway, identify yourself so we can see who is speaking. Okay, so basically this is all, because with some groups I introduced the grammar topic, but we didn't have time to go into detail. So we'll do this in class in the next session. So this is all. I hope you have a good weekend and see you in class. Bye bye.